Alright everybody, as we look at the rest of the Monday Night Raw 5-point preview, we are gearing up towards Fastlane. This is going to be setting up the WWE Women's Championship match, which is going to be Bayley versus Charlotte yet once again. They are playing off of the fact that last week on WWE Monday Night Raw, when Bayley beat Charlotte for the WWE Women's Championship, it was Interference City with Sasha Banks as well as Dana Brooke both getting involved in the match. Charlotte Flair, of course, is going to invoke her rematch clause, but as of right now on Twitter, she is currently blaming her loss on the fact that Sasha Banks factored herself into the end of the match. I know that as of right now, there's a lot of talk about Sasha Banks turning heel, so I think everybody is thinking that at Fastlane, Charlotte Flair will beat Bayley, yet once again becoming the WWE Women's Champion for, I don't know, probably the fourth time, I would think, in less than 6 months, it feels like. That first part of her reign was really, really strong, and then dropping the belt to Sasha felt special, but then getting the belt back at SummerSlam, and then giving it back at Hell in a Cell, and you know, going all back and forth, back down and around. All of that stuff just made it a reign of not really mattering, and then once again now coming up with Bayley dropping the belt, not in her first match, but the second match. It just is what it is. We're getting to the point where you can tell that, you know, more than likely, I guess Dana Brooke now is going to be involved. I don't know why it wasn't Nia Jax who got involved in the match, but it is what it is. We haven't seen Dana Brooke in a while, and I'm a Dana Brooke fan, so I'm glad to see her out there. So I'm guessing that on Monday Night Raw, we're going to see some bickering, and since, you know, Charlotte Flair does not have the Monday Night Raw advantage like she does over pay-per-view, I'm guessing we're not going to be seeing this match until the pay-per-view at Fastlane. So it is what it is. You know, they'll talk about the fact that Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho are no longer friends no more. They broke up last week at the Festival of Friendship when Kevin Owens threw Chris Jericho through the glass. There's a pretty cool article on WWE.com talking about the fact that it was Shawn Michaels who threw Marty Jannetty through the plate glass window at the barbershop window. Everybody knows about that. Everybody talks about the fact that it's Chris Jericho that threw Shawn Michaels through the television on the Talk is Jericho. No, that wasn't the Talk is Jericho. It's his podcast. What was the name of that damn show he used to have? The Highlight Reel with Chris Jericho, and then now it is Chris Jericho getting thrown through the glass by Kevin Owens. So Kevin Owens, anytime you see a television or a mirror or a window, you better be wondering what's going on with him. They didn't talk about the fact that he did have that on that Marty Jannetty got his rematch, not rematch, but his revenge, I guess you can say, by showing up on Raw, and he actually did throw Shawn Michaels through a mirror that was being held by Sherry, but that doesn't fit in with the story, because then Marty doesn't get the revenge of going through the window, and it breaks up the story. But hey, it is what it is. It was good stuff. I'm guessing that more than likely we're not going to be seeing Jericho, him selling the effect of this. A few different ways they could go with Owens. We're making it look like Owens is going to be going into the match alone, or maybe they could be playing off of the deal with him and Triple H backstage last week, telling Jericho to hit the bricks, maybe setting up that stable of Owens, Samoa Joe, and Triple H, going from there, because that builds into the last step of Monday Night Raw in the 5-point preview, which is who can stop Samoa Joe. In this, basically, they talk about the fact that Samoa Joe's sit-down interview where he looked like fucking Tony Soprano, the gangster of all. I don't know where they're going with Joe. It looks like they could be setting him up as a fallback plan of you know, him versus Triple H, or I don't really know what you do with Samoa Joe if there's a Triple H versus Seth Rollins match come WrestleMania. I don't really want to see him just be the guy in Kevin Owens' corner. I think that he has a lot more to give to the card than that, but then again, he hasn't been on Raw for all that long. We've seen him beat up Sami Zayn. We've seen him beat up Roman Reigns. We've seen him beat up Samoa Joe. I'm sorry, he is Samoa Joe, fucking idiot. We've seen him beat up Seth Rollins, which led to the injury, led to the problem they're in. Now, you know, Joe doesn't even have a match at Fastlane, it looks like. So really, what can they do? Maybe they'll put him in a match against Sami Zayn, but I'm not really sure where they go with that, but that is the Monday Night Raw 5-point preview, finishing out Bayley versus Charlotte, Owens versus Jericho coming soon after the Goldberg match, and then what to do with Samoa Joe if that leads to a Sami Zayn match or what it is. So we'll see. Well, like I said earlier, be looking forward to some sort of announcement. I'm guessing that Goldberg and or Brock Lesnar is going to be on the show. Definitely, I know that Brock was going to be on a lot of shows. He showed up on that house show the other day, I believe, in Houston, wrecking that 8-man tag. They had him at Raw last week, I believe, in Portland, but he just, it was at the week before, where he just did the dark show deal with Big Show. So we'll have to see what goes down. But we're coming up on it Fastlane right up around the corner. Peace out, everybody.